Opening statement,
Starting
yes.
out with an
Well,
opening statement.
obviously we're very excited to be hosting this round. I'm very excited about this team and the body of work that they've put in to get to this point. And I have a great amount of respect for Baylor and their coaching staff, and have known them for a long time. So I'm looking forward to a very competitive weekend, and I think this team is very well ready for the next challenge.
Open up for questions.
Coach, you thought about facing a pitcher like Gia this weekend?
Yeah. Have I thought about it? Yes. I've been thinking about it for a few days. Absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah, well, we have to walk in with an idea of what we're going to try to do. But I think ultimately this team is going to do what they do well. I don't think we're going to change something drastically, and I don't think we need to. We need to hit strikes and take balls and play the game that we've been playing. And that is, I think this team's got a really good balance of power and speed, and we need both elements working. The speed last weekend was really what ignited this team, and who knows, this weekend it may be the power, but I think they both go hand in hand, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Is this the best 1-2 punch that you faced this season in terms of pitching?
I'll say yes. We faced, I think, pretty good pitching in the Pac-12 throughout the year. So that's a pretty good question. I'd have to think about it.
What stands out about them?
About
their two pitchers?
Well, they've been successful. I mean, that's at this time of the year. The bottom line is that they've won more games than they've lost, and they're here. And anytime you get to this round, you've got to have pitching. You don't get to here without pitching. So obviously we understand that, and respect that, and trying to put our plans together to challenge it.
Jessie, how would you describe your first experience playing the postseason last weekend?
Postseason is nothing like Pac-12 play. You come into Pac-12 play and you're prepared, and you know who you're coming at you. You know from the start that you're going to have ASU, then you're going to have Washington, then you're going to have Oregon. So right now it's kind of up in the air who we're going to have next. But it's definitely different. It's more of not what I'm going to do, it's how we're going to get it done, and what we have to do as a team to win the next game and win the next pitch. But in all honesty, it's just been relying on your teammates and having the confidence that you can do it no matter what.
How does it help you knowing that even if you don't get hits over the course of a weekend, you have other players that step up? T had some hits, and Raina had a good weekend, and Ashley had a good weekend. I mean, what does that do for you, just knowing that?
Well, it definitely shows that this is a team sport. It's not left on one person. Hitting behind Kati this weekend, I definitely got to watch her and her patience up at the plate, especially when they didn't want to pitch to her. But definitely our bottom part of our lineup, our coach said our speed really stepped up this weekend. Eva came in her first week in this series, and she came off and she had a great weekend. She was stealing bases and she got on when we needed her to. And then Raina obviously went off. She's definitely silent down there, but when you saw her, she was always up on the bases. So that really helped move from the bottom part up to the top to get us more at-bats.
Do you like this format a little bit better, that you know who you're going to play, as opposed to regional where you kind of have to wait and see?
It kind of brings the unexpectedness of the game, kind of gets you comfortable, feeling uncomfortable. But definitely our teammates, everyone's been so supportive with the freshman class. Mo gave us a nice little letter and gave us some encouraging words what to expect for postseason, because it's nothing like we faced before. It's not like PGF when we go into our last games for travel ball. It's nothing like that. It's a whole new world. So she kind of gave us a lot of encouraging words and what to expect, and so have all our other seniors. They all been such a great help in this whole year, throughout the whole year.
What that letter say?
Just kind of was just basically Mo in a nutshell. She was there to help us, and she's been there through the whole way. She basically told us what to expect, how to react, and just to know it's a team sport, it's not on you. What you do doesn't really matter as long as we get to the next game. So it's not an I, it's a team, and as long as we get to the next game, we're good.
Danielle, how much do you and Taylor feed off each other? She talked a lot about your guys' relationship the other day.
I think that the two of us are pretty good together. We are constantly, I don't want to say figuring each other, but it's like, hey this, or hey this. You know, we kind of got into it yesterday. And it's not a bad thing, but it is because we're both very, you know, we have very strong opinions about certain things. So I think that listening to somebody else's opinion that is very different than your own is something that I've learned to accept and think about it a different way. And I think that that's probably the most important aspect of our relationship.
What's it been like for you just seeing her kind of emerge the way she has? You know, she pitched a really good game the other day. I mean, from your perspective, what's it like seeing her come into her own like this?
I think that the changing point for her, for me personally, I think it was her UCLA game. You know, we kind of changed her game plan around, and I know that, you know, mentally, like, she was ready, and unfortunately, like, it just didn't happen for us. But that game was super crucial, and I continue to say it, and I am so happy, and I tell her all the time, I'm so proud of you for that game, because that was such a turnaround for her. And like, ever since that point, you know, she's just been growing and growing and growing, and you saw it this past weekend. Like, it turned into something good.